Connection between China and the Caribbean go deeper than you might imagine. And our reporter Jennifer Shung was at the opening ceremony of a film festival and has the latest.
Even before the screenings began, the festival atmosphere was abuzz, with officials from China's Ministry of Culture rubbing shoulders with ambassadors from 7 Caribbean countries. It was the curtain raiser for a 2-day event screening 12 films. So how much do people in China actually know about the Caribbean?
There are a lot of people that do not know where the Caribbean is. If you call a Caribbean island, they're like... And if you say Bahama, which is the China version of Bahamas, people are thinking it's Panama. So we know that there's a lot of work we have to do to raise awareness, raise sensitivity, and to build the relationship between the countries, especially when you have such culturally diverse groups.
The ceremony took place here at the Cervantes Institute in Beijing, one of 70 such centers across the world that promote Spanish language and culture. But it's Caribbean culture that's in the spotlight this time. According to the very first ambassador of Trinidad and Tobago to China, there's no better way to present that culture than with film.
We are focused a lot on documentaries that showcase lifestyles of the Caribbean. And some of the things that we are outstanding in sports, for example. We have selected films about Caribbean people who trace their roots back to China. Because you know, the Chinese went to Trinidad and Tobago 210 years ago. So China is the Chinese community is a very important part of the population of the Caribbean.
One such documentary is Finding Samuel Lowe. It follows the journey of retired NBC executive Paula Williams Madison, along with her siblings, to search for their long-lost Chinese grandfather. A journey that took them from Harlem to Toronto to Jamaica and finally to China, where they reunited with hundreds of Chinese relatives they never knew about. Another documentary at the festival is called The Bakers of Oriental Gardens, directed by Jamaican filmmaker Danielle Russell, who spent 4 years living in Beijing, where she recorded the lives of 4 physically challenged Chinese women living and working together in a bakery in China. The film stands out in that it gives Jamaican audiences a real view of China, while from a Jamaican point of view.
They enjoy it a lot because it shows a different perspective to what they're used to seeing of Chinese people, especially since it's Chinese people in China. You know, they're used to seeing Chinese people in Jamaica, but so they really enjoy it because they get to see that new perspective, and also they get to see me, who is a Caribbean person, be integrated into a group of Chinese persons. So they're really interested by it and they enjoy it a lot, yeah.
This is the first Caribbean Film Festival to hit China, and it's free to the public. Tonight's opening film, Trailblazers, the Michael Thompson story, has been carefully selected from the Bahamas because it speaks to something both cultures can highly relate to: basketball and hard work. And because Michael Thompson is like the Yao Ming of the Bahamas. Directed by Gina Seeley, Trailblazers follows Thompson from his very humble beginnings. He only started playing basketball at the age of 16, which is considered quite late, but through hard work and determination, he became the first foreign-born #1 draft pick in NBA history.
We felt that the Chinese can relate to the basketball story because China has its own famous Yao Ming, and they get excited about him because, I mean, that's a huge deal. So we felt that there is a connection there. We do know that Chinese like basketball, like baseball, the Chinese like basketball, and also it has global appeal in terms of its story.
And it's a success story, one that tells people they can make it despite their backgrounds, as long as they believe in their dream and are willing to work hard for it. Along with the documentaries, the Caribbean Film Festival is also screening short films and even a sitcom series. With free admission, it's not only a key strand of cultural exchange, but also a very good deal. Jennifer Shung, CCTV, Beijing.